What's going on, beautiful painting entrepreneur community? Aiden Smith, the host of Paint Your Path podcast, the number one podcast for painting contractors and entrepreneurs. And I am joined by my co host, the great and powerful Joel Mercado.
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Dude, just living.
You
Everything's
got a
amazing.
nice, you got a nice hat there.
Finally, some contractor excellence merch. We're doing it finally. We made up. Yeah,
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, we might have like some of the most fire merch that you can find in the contractor scene.
100%.
We might have to create like a storefront, you know?
I think that'd be cool. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Especially to paint your path, man. We got to get some paint your path gear, and then
we do.
people be rocking that. That'd be dope.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people be interested, and I can see it now. A nice red hat, kind of like our style,
Yeah,
and with the logo, maybe like an alternate logo. I think that'll be sick.
yeah. A special edition.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we'll
Let's
do
make it
something
happen.
like that. We'll do something like that, guys. Welcome back. We got an amazing episode for you guys. We got a lot going on. We got a lot to
Yes.
cover, and we want to share some insight on, I feel like if you've been a listener of the podcast, you've been following me and Joel's journey and a lot of the stuff that we do in our businesses, whether it be with the coaching, contracting businesses, partnerships, whatever it is, and you have seen us honestly grow
Yeah.
in in straight up episode to episode. If you've been a loyal listener, we're gonna shed some light on what that looks like.
Yeah, man. I couldn't agree more with you. It's like so much has changed since we started for both our lives. So it's like, imagine if that's happening to us, what's happening to our listeners and our audience. So
Yeah.
super pumped.
Yeah, this journey was about value from the beginning. That's
Yes.
what Joel and I do. We want to give back, make the biggest impact on anybody that not only work with, but that we're affiliated with, our
Mhm.
relationships, our listeners, right? And that's why Joel and I decided to start this because we were like, look, we both have the same intentions, the same want to do something great, and we've helped a lot of people along the way. And proud to say that, man. I know you are as well.
100%, man. I love when people just post and tag us like, "Hey, we're listening to the pod." I just get so pumped. It
Yeah,
really, like, I don't think people realize that. Like, it puts a smile on our faces when we get tagged
100%.
and it just shows they're listening. Like, that alone is like, wow, like they're getting to listen into something that might be impactful or might change the trajectory of their day. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing. So I feel blessed and honored.
And guys, here's the cool thing too, right? When you do stuff like that, you start to attract like-minded people, and that's where
Hmm.
the relationship with DripJobs came in, right? And the only reason I'm mentioning that is because they just renewed their sponsorship with us. So
Yes.
we're
Yes.
continuing the partnership that has treated both of us amazing. Um, and yeah, man, we just wanna shout out them for believing in us, right? We're
Yes.
loyal guys, so we try to rock with the team. And here's the cool thing: I'll shout them out today. Actually, today we onboarded a sales rep, and the the actual like transition couldn't have been smoother. Added him as a user in DripJobs. He was already loving the software, and it just makes it easy for me that he has his own schedule, his own kind of access to the software. So, like, this is a CRM, guys, that grows with you. So, if you're in the contracting space, whether it be
Yeah.
painting, gutters, epoxy floors, you name it, take a look at DripJobs, all in one CRM. And me and Joel use it in our businesses. Our clients use it. And we do have a special code for you guys. It is 3 months, 30% off your first 3 months, guys. Path 30, PATH 30.
Love it, dude. And real quick on that, when it comes to drip jobs, I just want to add to this. I got the email on the production rate updates. Have you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
enjoyed that
Hmm.
yet? Have you looked into it? So,
Yeah. Mhm.
what did you see so far? Because you're the production rates king. That's what I call you. So,
Yes,
yeah,
you can round up gallons now. So
that's what it was.
that was a big need for a long time, and they knew it, right? But like, coding and developing takes some time. And
Yep,
man, it was something that was needed, but we got it and more accuracy.
that's dope. I love it. So you guys heard it. Obviously, you can round up the gallons on production. And here's the beauty of it too. Drip Jobs is always updating and upgrading. So
Hmm.
you want to stick to that and understand that there's always trying to like facilitate, hey, how do we continue to stay best in the industry and then keep giving back to our people? So I appreciate
100%.
it so much. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And we also have some stuff happening with us. Joel has an event coming up. If you want to share
Yes.
the dates and stuff like that.
Yes. So next Friday already. Oh my gosh.
Mm,
Friday the 29th, we're doing a CEO dinner where they get to meet anyone that bought a CEO ticket is going to meet Charlie Rocket and Dan Sikowski. They're going to be with them for 4 hours. So we're going to have a dinner. We're also going to do a podcast style panel. So people can ask us questions and we're going to record that part of it so that that will be live so that you guys can actually get really just any kind of good value out of the podcast style that we're doing on that panel. And then Saturday, Sunday, May 30th and 31st from 10 to 7, we're going to be doing 5 pillars to contractors excellence. So I'm super pumped and excited, man. Yeah.
dude, I'm so hyped for you, but I'm also so sick. I just got so much going on, guys, and I
I
couldn't be
know.
there. Just had the baby.
Yeah.
Literally, this is the first interview or whatever on, in my new house with the new setup. We're
Yes.
actually renovating as we speak. I got guys painting at my house. So if I could be there, I would, man. I'm so jealous. I got FOMO, but I can't wait to hear about it. I know you're gonna
Yeah.
crush it and you're gonna
Thank you.
deliver just unbelievable value. So super happy for you. I think it's your like first your event, like official.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm used to being the one that helps. I'm always been behind the scenes that
Yeah.
help throw events and speak, but I have never ever done one for myself. And I felt like today's the time of life in this chapter of my life where
Yeah.
I just keep being told I have too much value to not give it away. So
Yep.
now it's time for me to just full on take the stage and show start to finish what it looks like. And I'll be announcing my next event at the event as well.
Damn. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
So that one I'll make sure you get to, Mr. Aiden, because it'll be fun.
Yeah, nah, I got to 100%, man.
Yeah,
Cool. It's gonna be massive, guys. You heard it here first. And we also have another event that we are promoting now. It is
yeah,
free online event. So, right now Joel's is sold out. You can't make it. It's exclusive. Sold
yep,
over, actually.
yep.
But Micah McLean with Search Click Grow is putting on an event called Contractor Domination. It is going to be a live virtual event that Joel and I will be speaking at. It's going to be 2 days, 7 speakers, May 27th to 28th. And it's going to be the complete playbook for scaling a home serving service contracting business from brand and lead generation to sales, mastery, mindset, and operations. So
Phew.
you're going to have some heavy hitters there. Our buddy Lucas from Forward Media Marketing is going to be there. Shout out to him. We got to get him on the pod.
I
What's
know,
happening?
dude. It's
What are we
been a
doing?
minute. You got to remember, it's been a while, dude. Did we ever have him on the pod yet?
Early, early on.
Way early in the
I
day
think it
when
was
I
just
think
me too.
no, what happened was we kept getting interrupted. I was in Philly. I
Mm.
was in Philly and my internet was weird and yeah, so like life has changed already from that.
Yeah.
Lucas, we need you on, baby. We need you
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Shout out to PaintCon. That's gonna be another
Yeah.
banger, but we'll get there.
Yes.
In that event, Contractor Domination, we're gonna drop the link in the description. But
Mhm.
Joel is gonna be talking about getting you out of your own way. So
Mhm.
won't go too deep into that. But same thing with me, getting the math working in your favor. So I'm gonna be systems related. Joel's gonna be mindset related.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking a little bit more about that as we get closer. But yeah, a lot going on, man. This is crazy. And this
Yeah.
goes back to that whole growth thing of like before we were kind of just figuring out what to talk about. Now it's like, man, we're so like dialed in, got so much going on. It's awesome.
100%. First of all, I want to say congratulations, man. Like having another baby and then
Mm,
you have the household now, like so many shifts in your life right now, but I'm sure a lot of blessings. So,
yeah.
congratulations, brother. And I feel so honored to be able to see all this happening in your life. Like it's been beautiful. So, keep
Thanks, bro.
winning, keep loving, and keep leading, man.
Appreciate that. Man, it's been awesome. I actually want to show you guys something. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. I have my
Yeah,
AirPods on, so I hear you.
sure,
I'm gonna
sure.
grab something. Because honestly, we come. Yeah, you can't hear me.
I could hear you a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So guys, we come, Joel and I, from an area where we didn't have much growing
Yeah.
up, right? So even dreaming big, it's kind of hard for us, right?
Yes. Yes.
And reading books, educating myself, and I started to work on a vision board this year, right?
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So beginning of the year, just honestly, I was just like what would be just the best year ever? Like if I could do, what I wanted. and I started just putting stuff on this right here. And I want to share this with you because I think it's so impactful, right? When you
Yeah.
set a goal, you look at it every day, you hang it up, and you say, I got to achieve this. I got to put the work in, create my schedule around achieving it. And I want to show you guys, I'm actively checking off boxes halfway through the year, guys. All right, so here we go. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to grab my
Yep.
mic.
Yep. That's better. Yep.
Okay, guys.
Perfect.
So if you look, we have my Paint Pro right here. So that's
Yep.
my coaching team. Super proud of them. We have let me actually real quick. So we have two coaches here. We added a
Yep.
third one, right? So we're
Yep.
trying to get one more. We're trying to also get a customer success manager. Right now, my VAs and me, we're kind of holding it down, so we don't really need it that much.
Right.
Alex, we are bringing on for we're calling him a growth advisor, but he was
Mm.
somebody that I wanted to kind of advise us as a whole, right? And do some high level sales for us as well.
Yep.
So that's Paint Pro, and you could see that web. Before, literally, it was just me, and I added Justin at the end of last year.
That's true. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
see how that's forming. And then we got Smith and Co. All right. So right now we got over here me, we have our admin, we got our sales rep. So those two top three spots or top two spots are already filled. And
Yep.
then we have one, two, three crews going pretty much full time. So it's actively happening. And that's just
Happening.
the businesses, right? So
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
into the house. If you look all the way at the bottom,
Yes.
there's a pool. I didn't get the pool, but we got a pool in the community. That's really nice.
You still got it.
Yeah, still got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
God above everything. I've never been closer with God my entire
Nice.
life. And it's been
Beautiful.
just, I mean, you're seeing it, right? The results. Working on the diet. Diet's getting there.
Let's
But
go.
man, just like you can just see the vision
Yeah.
and it's coming to fruition. It's
I love
crazy.
it. But dude, like I'm seeing other things on there. I don't know about Tom Brady, right? Is that Tom Brady?
Yeah, yeah, just
Okay.
like unrelentless competition, right? Like just staying driven.
Love it. Well, that's happening. Then you got
Hmm.
Conor McGregor. You know, he just announced he's fighting again, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I predicted that. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah. So the quote is when he was fighting Nate Diaz, and he was like, "You should have killed me when you had the chance."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's kind of
Oh,
how I
dude.
feel, man.
I love
Like,
it.
I wanted the guys in my life that, not that I had many enemies, right? But like,
Sure.
I wanted the people that doubted me, that like had me down at one point to just eat shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's how I'm feeling. That's how I approached this year. I was like, I'm gonna prove whoever wrong, right? And that's it, man.
I love it, man. I love it. He's just like going for it. Let's get it.
That's it.
So, what's that all saying for you? What's your biggest takeaway from your vision board and everything that you're aligning with? What's that say to you?
Honestly, I don't know. I like just holding this mic. But
Yeah.
man, and you can attest to this, man, but like you got to dream bigger, right? I'm
Hmm.
sure you get guys that when they join your coaching program, they've accomplished certain things, but they haven't fulfilled their potential. Even you talking to them, you see like this guy's going to go far. He
Oh,
should be doing great, right?
100%.
And
Hmm.
then you're the gap in the bridge that allows them to make that leap and then they run with it,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
for me, like I knew, we both knew like as entrepreneurs, you want to create impact, you want to achieve great things, but once it comes, I got my dream house, I got my dream truck, dream family, dream dog, like you name it.
Yeah,
Everything I dreamed of, it came true, it happened, I put in the work, I got it. Now it's like I have to dream bigger and I appreciate what I have. Don't get me wrong. But I
yeah.
need the guys that are listening to this to understand that they can achieve their dreams. They just have to make a decision and stay committed. Because I went through bullshit, right? We all go through bullshit to get there. But
Hmm.
now you and I are in positions where we can start thinking bigger. We can start
100%.
creating more impact and level up all the people around us.
Facts. Facts. What I think a lot of people don't realize is, and here's the cool part, we both come from the same area, which is really
Mm-hmm.
cool. So environmentally, coming from the same place, the same environment, we both shifted our environments and then started seeing something different.
Yeah.
Right. And I think I'm not encouraging people to move, by the way. I'm encouraging them to change their environment. Doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean moving, it means people, influence. All of that is environmental. And when you switch that and you get in the rooms that get you to push you a little bit further, get you
Yeah.
to think a little bit bigger, believe in you. Sometimes people just need that belief system around them to be like, dude, you got this. Let's
Yeah.
go. That's enough to propel you to that next level, right? And then you got the people in your circle that also teach you how to keep it. That's
Hmm.
now your phase of life, right?
Yeah.
That I know that I want to be a part of to teach you, if I can be that as a brother to you, is how
Hmm.
to sustain it now. Because I know it sounds weird. I think it's extremely easy achieving anything you want. It's harder to keep it. Because once you get there, there's something psychologically that happens to people where they just go, I made it.
Right.
And then they fuck it up. And I
Hmm.
say that respectfully because a lot of guys in our trades, they start buying trucks, they start getting really overzealous, they're not paying
Yeah.
attention to financials, they're not getting ready for the storm, they're not protecting their people or their families. Just like that, that's how fast it gets taken away, but it took years to get it.
Yep.
So I want to encourage our listeners. This is why I love that, and I'm going to be a brother to Aiden to just constantly remind him that side, because I've been there too, man. I've gotten everything I wanted, and I've lost everything
Hmm.
very quickly,
Yeah.
right? And these are seasons in our lives that you have to have the right people in your life to make sure they're watching and protecting you from you,
Yep.
because they've already done it, they've already seen it, they've already failed at it, and that's important too. And I think what's beautiful is that we've created that system in our environment together as a family to
Hmm.
protect each other from others and to make sure that we can protect ourselves to not fall back. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So I just
100%.
wanted to share that real quick because that's important.
So true. It's so true. And, they say that you're the fifth of the group of five, or your four closest friends, you're going to be just like them. And I'm
Yeah.
grateful to have like you and, the guys that we have around, because I know that you've been there, you've done that, and you've super whatever, went past it. And it's like you get to give me game to say, hey, here are the moves you get to make now. Right. And that wouldn't have been possible had I not worked on myself and put in that work initially. Right.
100%.
Because you'd be like if I wasn't a guy that, had a high standard, put the work in, and you knew like, all right, he's not a bullshitter, like you wouldn't have me around. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
it's one of those things, for anybody listening, you have to audit the people that you're around, right? And
Hmm.
I want you to be the dumbest person in the room, right? Like when I went to that first paint con, I was 100% out of all the speakers, all the people on the panelists, all that, the brokest one there, 100%. But guess what? That's how I want it. That's
I
exactly how I want it, because
love
I
it.
know they are going to help me level up. Fast forward 2 years, look at what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy to say 2 years?
Yeah.
It's wild, dude. You would think it's like an eternity, but it's not. And that's how
Right.
fast it can shift when you're in those right rooms or when you're with the right people and you're aligned with the right decisions. It happens for you in a fast pace. It is
Yeah.
wild. So yeah,
Insane.
yeah.
Insane, man. And the crazy thing is, like, when we're talking to clients and, maybe sales calls, or like talking
Mhm.
about impact and coaching and whatnot, you want them to just feel the positivity that your other guys feel.
Yes.
And you're kind of like, I wish you could sense in our calls what it's like, and in our coaching what it's
Yeah.
like. And, because these guys, man, it's like a new normal that they're not used to. I've
Hmm.
been hearing that a lot lately. Like my guys have been saying, they've been calling it like Paint Pro normal, right?
I
Like
love
they'll
that. Yeah,
they're
yeah,
sending like chats of them doing like 200K months, and they're like, this is not normal for the painting industry. This is
yeah.
Paint Pro normal, you know?
I
So,
love
and I
that.
know your guys feel the same way, but it's like,
Yeah.
man, when I hop on a call and we talk about the investment and whatnot, and then they start getting the cold feet, I'm like, I know I have to sell myself and all that kind of stuff, but I wish you knew what you're capable of, right? Even now,
Yes.
with just a limited amount of knowledge you can run with and make impact today on your next sale just by implementing a few things. So that education, those, the gifts and game we've been giving people over the last 2 years, it is now coming back to us because people want more of
Yes.
it, you
Yes.
know? And it's kind of
100%.
why we keep growing our coaching because it's in demand, right? We wouldn't be growing our shit if nobody got results and nobody cared.
Right.
That's why you're creating fucking merch and having, seminars and people want to
Yeah.
be there because they
Yeah.
know it can change their life.
100%, brother. It's interesting you say that because even and there's levels to that too, right? Like even on the calls, you can only do so much impact on a call. And
Yeah.
like I just did because I'm doing these new things that I want to call it fly-in coaching, where I'll fly
Love
in
that.
personally to you and I'll coach you for the day. And the impact on that is crazy. So I just did that in Orange County this Friday. That same day, I taught them my framework of a takeover close, right? A TO.
Yeah.
Literally, we closed the first estimate we did on the spot while I was there. I couldn't help myself. I had to step in. I was like,
Sheesh, right?
we're gonna lose this if I don't
Yeah.
shut up. Like, let's go. So I hopped in, and the kid's brain went like this immediately. Oh wow, that's so different than what you taught me on the call. That was so impactful to watch you
Right.
live, right? And then he was like, the next day they closed three on the spot,
I seen that.
right?
Wow.
So
Hmm.
it's like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you can't close on the spot. You can't close on the spot. You're too pushy. You're too this." It's like,
Tripping.
no, you got to read the room. You got to understand when you can push, when you cannot, when you
Hmm.
should step away. What's the right frameworks? So, like when you talk about the coaching, right? There's only so much you and I can do also on a call. But I
Right.
do promise you, when you implement, you'll always win.
Hmm.
It is that simple.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to next week's call because next week's seminar, you're going to hit them with the numbers,
Hmm.
right? How to understand the map of what numbers are going to get you to that next thing. And what
Yep.
those numbers are, I'm not going to obviously talk too much about what you're going to present, but they need to understand you're giving them the map. And I'm giving them the less fog, the clarity to approach the map that you're going to give them. And when you do both those steps, you're going to win.
Yep.
It's that simple. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a little passionate right now. You got
Love
me
that.
pumped up. But
100%,
that's what
man.
it's up. That's what it's about, guys. It's
I have
super.
two I have two like takes on that, right? And even today, and dude, I'm telling you, being around you, Alex Tanner, these guys, right, that are just dialed in mindset wise, I didn't have that bone in my body 2 years ago. Like that
Mhm.
wasn't me.
Yeah.
And we're driving through visiting jobs with my new sales rep and all that, and I'm telling them, hey, like you have to invest in yourself, and once you get better, everything gets better, right?
100%.
Like not talking to him on a business level because obviously he doesn't own a business, but like letting him know like if you are working on yourself, improving, like what's the best ROI you're going to get? Is it going to be stocks, real estate? It's going to be investing in yourself
100%.
because everything else rises with you, right? Your
Hmm.
standards go up, the people around you go up as far as standards, your income level goes up because you can sustain it and perform at a certain level. So these guys have to understand you can have all the X's and O's you want, but if you aren't better, if you aren't mentally there, having the right SOPs with your mind, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I did not think that 2 years ago. Right?
Well, I love that you say that. And I think I've said this past on a previous episode. I can't remember which one, but that's why I'm going to be big on that this year is SOP, meaning in my world, shifting your operating patterns. Understand the pattern, shift the pattern, take action, then you can follow the real SOP, right? Because what a lot of people is they don't reflect, they don't audit their minds, they don't audit their behaviors. So what happens, that keeps getting in their way, right? So they can follow your plan 100%, Aiden, and still fail because they're
Yep.
not following what's going on up here. They're not shifting their belief systems, right? And I keep telling everybody the moment you shift your belief systems, the map will always work. And I can't tell you how many times I hear people blaming processes and systems without taking any accountability of self. The process and the system always works. It's the individual driving the system that needs to fix, right? So that's imperative. And I'm going to be very loud about that for years to come because,
Yeah. So
again,
true.
the maps are out there. You can have 50 different maps until you shift
Hmm.
something within yourself. The map's not going to work. It's that simple. Fix the mindset. It fixed the map. Trust.
Guess what we don't talk about on the Paint Your Path podcast?
What's
Paint.
that?
Like
Yeah,
coatings,
you're
paint,
right.
contractor related stuff because guys, that's not going to move the needle, right?
Yeah.
We're here to give you the game on what has changed our lives, our
Yep.
clients' lives, the people that we know that thought one way and then they were open to a different way and now it changed everything and they're building empires now. I mean, we
100%.
can have a Rolodex of stories about that. But
Hmm.
here's the cool thing too. I'm all about like, you know, there can be a million successful painting companies, but that percentage is dwindling.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are taking over because they have these systems figured out at a pace and level that I don't even think me and you comprehend.
Uh, yeah, dude. Facts.
You know,
Facts.
it's becoming much harder, right? If you're
Hmm.
going against one of our guys, you're toast.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Bro, the conversations I hear every time, like, I wish I knew this 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, right? Like, I'm like, damn, dude, I'm a hard worker. But if I had these things then, dude, you guys would see me in a somewhere else right now,
Yeah.
right? Like, it'd be wild. And I'm watching people grow so fast. I can't keep up. I'm like, damn, dude, like, good for you. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, guys, I'm watching with you and watching with us. Like, it's just, dude, there's just no way. And that's why when I love how you said that right now, because when you go into these coaching calls too, you can also just be like, dude, like, no one's gonna compete with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not gonna happen.
100%. Like I saw a video, I guess they were visiting PaintCon and Ryan Ezell has a
Yeah,
location in Fort Lauderdale. So he's like, hey, Ryan Ezell here, owner of blank. Can you just name it off
yeah,
like, location after location? And I'm like, man,
two
if one
years,
of 2 years,
two
three to
years.
four locations.
Yeah, zero pain experience when he first started.
Wow.
Think about
Right.
that.
And what did he do? He just continuously invested in himself,
Yep.
education, coaching, the
Yep.
right people, the right vendors, the right relationships. Look where that gate got him.
Yeah. And this goes back to what you were saying earlier. We barely talk about paint. We actually talk about people and process,
Hmm.
right? Because when you have the right people, you can grow anything, right?
Yeah.
And you can literally exponentially go from 1 to 5 just like that when you have the right people and the right processes. So I always like to preach and tell people it's about the people.
Hmm.
You get the right people, everything else starts to work for you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're running and chasing after money and all this other stuff, dude, it's not going to work.
Right.
It's just that simple.
100%. Man,
Yeah.
game.
Look at us. We're just you give us 1 week off and we're just like, let's go.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, apologize about that, guys. That was on me. A lot going on, but whatever. We're back. And
Baby, new home. That's a lot of
yeah.
work.
So we have a lot of topics we're going to be covering, right? Because like we said, we're not just going to go into the paint. Obviously, that's part of the conversation that's going to pop up, but we are going to continue to talk about, the most important things in your painting business. So we've been doing the CEO series where we've been talking about marketing, sales, hiring, all that kind of stuff. I
Yep.
think sales is going to be a big one we need to get into. Just on all fronts. It just needs more love, because I think you could be a great painter, right? You can have great word of mouth references, but if you can't consistently keep your guys busy, there's no way you're going to be able to scale to two, three locations or any consistency to where you feel confident in making decisions to scale, right?
Yeah.
Because the reason that guys like Ryan and guys like Peach and all these other guys are able to make investments confidently is because they know that number one, the systems are there, they have
Mhm.
great leaders and people, and that the sales system works. So when they have
100%.
those three, what else do you need? You can figure out the rest and you'll be dialed in.
I love that you said that too, because man, the mentality of just money has shifted also. Does that
Yeah, oh
make
yeah.
sense? Like how you
Yeah.
said they were confident in making these decisions. I remember 2 years ago, I didn't want to spend $1,000 just to go to an Andy Elliott event.
Yeah.
Just 2 years ago. And what a lot of people don't realize is it's super important to realize that when you invest in yourself, you're able to do these moves and get there quicker, right? Because you're learning from that.
Yeah.
So I love that you said that because it's important to understand.
So important. And
Yeah.
I think that Peach actually gave a little bit of a talk, maybe on one of your calls, where he said like money is just like a tool. And that's how you
Yes.
should treat it. It is
Yep.
a way for you to leverage other things in your business to get to a certain point, right? You
Correct.
make investments into us or programs or better training, whatever it is, because you know that ROI is going to be way greater. So he said, don't be
Yes.
afraid to spend and invest in your business because it's going to be the best ROI. It's the guys that are scared and the guys that are talking themselves out of certain situations that are going to be able to help them get through certain bottlenecks. And those guys that don't make the moves are stuck.
Well, they're stuck because there's a limiting belief system, right? And it starts
Yeah.
with money first. So when you have scarcity of money and you're not really used to spending it and
Hmm.
seeing a return on it, we think we need to hold it. And if you think about what Jason Phillips said in PainCon last year, right? I always forget the exact story, but biblically speaking, God was actually rewarding the man that used the money for use increase it even more, not the one that hid it to save it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's the same thing in your lives right now. Use that income so that you can actually propel your knowledge, your self mastery, focus on you and your personal development. Watch what happens to the rest of your life, right? You will be rewarded tenfold
Yeah.
because you're doing it for the right reasons, which is developing as leaders, right? We are leaders.
Hmm.
We have to understand when you own a business, you have a responsibility you just took for all those mouths to feed, which is your painters, the helpers, their families, your families, you now took this role of responsibility.
Yeah.
So when you walk in every day like, oh, I need to hold on to every dollar, you're already failing them because what's happening is now you're holding back, you're making scarcity decisions, which now also holds you back from all these other things. And then you're like, well, I can only book out for 2 weeks right now. No, go book out 4, 6 weeks. Go
Hmm.
be confident and believe in the process you're learning so that you can grow your business, but also importantly, be smart about how to sustain the business. If we go
Yeah.
back to what I was saying earlier, you got to be careful too. You got to know how to hold on to things too, right? But again, that scarcity when it comes to money, you got to remember it's just a piece of paper. It
Hmm.
doesn't even exist. So as quickly as you made it, as quickly as you can lose it, right?
Yeah.
So why not put it to good use and watch how it rewards you by putting it to good use?
Hmm.
So investing into your business, more marketing, right? Education for your people. That's important as well. How many people train? I mean, I utilize my partnerships, Sherwin, Dunn Edwards out
Oh
here.
yeah.
Dude, I have them train my guys on data sheets and how to read a data sheet and how to do application and how to do stuff like that. Like that's imperative too,
Yeah.
right? That's important. So,
You know who had a really good video that you guys should check out? So Tanner dropped a video on hiring, right?
oh
And he
yeah, I saw that.
basically went into, you get a lot of guys, especially in painting industry, that are like paying under the table, 1099, cash. And he's like, and then complaining that you can't find good employees or good guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, my man,
Yeah.
you have to commit in a certain way to make sure these guys know you have their best interest in mind, that you're investing in them in exchange for quality work, showing up on time, and an investment in your business. And if it doesn't go both ways, you're always going to have that feeling.
Facts.
How can
Facts.
you sustain a business to be able to grow when you are not even investing in them? That's crazy.
It, it's a concept that sounds crazy to you and I, but it's so normal to many others,
Right.
right? But here's the thing, what a lot of people aren't seeing is the things that you and I have seen by doing that, which is, okay, more stress, more problems. It's actually costing you more money by
Hmm.
not having the right people in the right seats, first of all. And then second, not having the right people in general,
Yeah.
right? So that extra $3, $4, $5 an hour, whatever, is it really costing you that much more versus saving that money when you have to go back? You had a bad review
Right.
or bad quality control and you had to send another crew out there. That's costing you hundreds of dollars now versus $2, $3. Is wild, dude. Pay
Mm.
the extra money, get the right people, have peace of mind, and move forward.
What's that called? It's not opportunity cost, but it's like
Similar to opportunity.
it's similar, right? It's
Yeah.
basically like, you're trying to cheat it up front, knowing that down the line it's going to be a bigger headache.
Yeah, yeah. It's still a cost of opportunity because it's costing you money for the other opportunities you could be moving forward,
Yeah,
right? So that's a big deal to pay attention to, which a lot of people think that a lot of people are thinking of the now and not foreseeing the issues in the later.
right.
And as leaders, you have to be in the now and in the future so that you can protect both sides. So,
Here's another thing. How you do one thing is how you do all things.
yes.
So if you're doing stuff like that, what other things are you cheating in your business, your life, skimping
Mm,
out on? That's going to come back to you in other ways.
always does.
Something to think
It
about,
does.
guys. When you know that you're cutting corners, but you're talking to the customer, oh, we don't cut corners,
Right.
you're going to fizzle out fast. You're going to get exposed fast. It'll come one day or another.
Yeah. And people read that shit. They
Yeah.
could see it on you. Just just even your hesitation of the response to that to a customer, human nature is to go,
Yep.
I don't know, right? And they can already read that about you. And subconsciously, you don't even realize they're doing that. That's the
Mm-hmm.
wild part.
And you know what? People will pay for that closure to know
Facts.
they're dealing with the right guy, the right company, the real deal, the people that aren't bullshitting. There's a lot of bullshitters in our industry, unfortunately.
100%.
So when we are 20, 30, 40% more than the next guy, but they still go with us, and then people are saying, oh, the customer always wants cheaper. The customer always is skimping out. Your standards are low. Check yourself before you check
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Well,
You
it's
know?
it's again another limiting belief system, right? Oh, well, I'm being undercut and this and that. Well, you're only getting undercut because you don't believe in yourself either, your value of what you bring. So that already shows up when you do the estimate,
Mm,
right? Like my price is my price. It's like it's that
yeah.
simple. Like I'm gonna build you value. I don't know if you could find someone else in my area that cares as much as I do, and I show that in my presentation.
Yeah. And
So
here's the cool thing too. This is why Joel and I use the best vendors in our
that's
businesses, both businesses, right? I know you
yes,
invest in, a lot of education, different stuff for your own coaching, but
of
also your
course.
partnerships in your painting business.
Yeah,
We're using the top guys, right? Speaking of our event, Contractor Domination, Micah McLean, he did
yeah,
my website,
yeah.
right?
He did
And
mine in San Diego.
right. And,
Yeah.
and guys, it is like the best performing website you can get. It is the second most leads that we get through our website, just filling out forms. And it's
Facts.
because it's high standard. Yes, we spend a little bit more. Yes, it's one of those things that it's a little bit of investment. But guess what? Make that back in one job, and now I have it for God knows how long. And it's
Yeah.
printing me money.
Yeah, dude. Again, that's a mindset again, right? Most people are like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna cost me thousands of dollars up front. What's it gonna cost you in a year, bro?
Right.
Way more than what it is on the upfront cost. But a
Hmm.
lot of people aren't thinking future. They're thinking of the now, right?
Interesting, man.
And buy a nice GMC lifted truck, and that's more of a
Right.
priority than putting 10 grand in marketing to make me 100. Like, come on, dog.
Right.
So,
Bro, what are you most excited about with your event? I'm like so excited about that.
whew, um, you guys will hear it first here. Um, I've been kind of, I don't want to say gatekeeping.
Okay.
I want to say more like I wasn't allowed to at the time because I've been training with high elite level people in my field that has nothing to do with painting. It has to do with mindset. It has to do with profiling, human behaviors, profiling.
Hmm.
Has to do with interrogation, know how to do interrogations and stuff like that to really know the truth. I couldn't speak too much on it yet because I didn't have my credentials on it, but now I do. So now I'm allowed to publicly speak about these things. And for the first time, I timed it because I had
Hmm.
graduated my course literally like 2 weeks ago. But I timed it knowing that so that I can actually teach it finally fully
Wow.
at my first event because now I legally can teach that without getting in trouble. Because what a lot of people don't realize, we do psychotherapy. We do a lot
Hmm.
of deep, deep brain work that most mindset coaches have no clue about. They
Right.
just know what worked for them. And what I know is the mechanics behind why it does. And I can shift your mindset within 5 minutes. You don't even realize it happened. So
Mm.
it's like an ultimate weapon, essentially, if you want to look at it that way when it comes to the mindset.
Yeah.
So for my event, for like the first 3 to 4 hours, it's pure that. Like it's just I'm legitimately putting you through a master course of how to understand yourself and how to quickly focus on self mastery. And then we're going to connect all those dots to the office training, to sales training, to
Mm.
production. to leadership training at the end of the event. So my goal is by the time you leave my event is to
Hmm.
truly understand why you do what you do. How do you execute at the highest level? But then how do you figure that out with other people on your teams? Because leadership is very good, right? Like there's a lot of great leaders that teach leadership processes,
Right.
but we still don't understand people. And that's what I'm trying to get out there is my journey, my goal. I feel like God put me on this earth is to understand human behavior
Amen.
and to quickly and simply teach it
Mm.
because that is the universal language is human behaviors. So I'm obsessively just going through courses and like obsessively really going down the rabbit hole to simplify it because even
Yeah.
my own courses they complicated it. I'm like, you guys can explain this a lot more simpler, right? Like this is like the way you're
Yeah.
teaching it is like a professor trying to teach it. Like no one's gonna listen to that shit.
Hmm.
So long short, my goal is to really give all our community and more, right? Is the true understanding why we do what we do and why we operate the levels that we operate and how to shift it in moments,
Damn.
minutes, even an hour.
Hmm.
So that's my mission, brother. That's what I hope everyone comes back coming from,
Dude,
feeling a transformation from that.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
How many painting business owners or contractors at all are figuring this stuff out or working on this stuff? I'll answer that. Probably none. You know?
Well, here's the thing. You gotta, in our world in general, doesn't even mean painters.
Yeah.
Literally, like anyone. No one, like I can go in a room of 10 people and all 10 of them won't know what I know.
Wow.
So that's the journey. So if I can do that in any entrepreneurship room,
Right.
unless they're highly specifically trained what I looked for, they're not going to know what I know. They may know a little bit, they might know
Hmm.
some of it that helped them, but they don't know the intricacies on how and how fast they can reteach it to somebody else. My goal is to teach the yous and
Hmm.
everybody else how to reteach it. That's my goal, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens now is if I can reteach that, it's just going to make everyone better
Yeah.
as humans and in their craft. So, what I need people to understand in our community is I'm niching down in our community. So, that already gives you guys the highest level already that you can implement with self and then your business,
Mm.
right? And then we'll start working from there up and up and up. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a leverage. So I'm encouraging guys,
Mhm.
not trying to take people from your program, by the way.
Dude.
I want people to understand that if you mix the mindset, I have zero interest teaching people production schedule. I could care less about any of the systems and processes. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. I don't care about any of that stuff. I care about your brain,
Hmm.
how you operate, how you're going to do it. Because if they learn the mindset and they implement what you do, ain't nobody touching your program, dude. Because they're going
Yeah.
to be like, they got the ironclad mindset and then they got the ironclad process and systems because you're so fine tuned with that, dude. It's like night and day difference, man. You put those two together, bro, you're unstoppable. No one's going to touch you when it comes to this
Wow.
industry. So, just saying.
Dude, the thing is too, right? Like that also because you're mastering yourself, your why, your how, right? And you can control that now, you're going to be such a better leader.
That's
And
it.
guys, when you run I don't care what business you're in, screw contracting, right? No matter
Yeah.
what business you're in, if you're not an effective leader and people see that and respect that, and you're operating at a different frequency, which is, you're obviously going to be teaching at this seminar. If you're
Yeah.
not doing that, it's going to be a hard time for you to grow your business or even sustain it
Yeah.
because you haven't even mastered yourself.
100%. And you're going to notice I say this same framework all the time. Leadership is regulation of mood. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Regulating your mood first and then regulating your team's moods. Well, how do you do that if you don't know how the brain functions?
Yeah.
You're playing a guessing game like, well, I think I know how Aiden operates. Well, get rid of the think you know and just find
Hmm.
out. And that's what
Mm.
I'm teaching at this event. So we've got about 55 people coming. And out of those 55, 53 are painting contractors.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna be exciting.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
One thing before we leave off, I really liked You're doing a 30-day challenge right now, 30-day mindset
Uh,
challenge.
yeah, I do the 30-day mindset challenge. That's just audio of me doing hypnotherapy for you to
Yeah.
just kind of do some reprogramming.
So I seen something and it said, take 4 minutes, take deep
Yeah.
breaths, close your eyes, and then as you feel like your mind is drifting away, just gently pull it back.
Yes. I love that.
Everyone should
Yeah.
do that
Yeah.
because in my head, I'm thinking, when's the last time I took 4 minutes and I just went into a Zen state, right?
Yeah.
I did that. The last time I did it actually was on your call with
Nice.
what's his name?
Javante.
Yes, Javante.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm telling you, I was getting like twitchy. I swear.
It's uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Because
that's
we're
self-mastery.
we're such an on go individual, like, as owners, that sometimes we don't just sit and stay planted and just connect with ourselves, right? And I think that's
Yeah.
important.
I love that.
So
Which just reminded me, if I can tell you real quick,
yeah,
and
yeah.
if you have time to be there Wednesday in your community, anyone that's listening, if we can add that in here,
Okay.
I have my doctor, Dr. Rosner. She's speaking on my call this Wednesday for my mindset call at 4 p.m. Pacific, which I know it's a little late on the Eastern, it's 7 p.m. But if you guys have ever just thought, I'm struggling with this mindset of mine.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. She's going to be on that call for an hour. And I'm bringing her in just so that people can just find release in their mind to just ask questions and she'll give you
Yeah.
the answers. This is coming from a doctor who's coached me, who's taught me hypnotherapy, also taught me neuroscience and neuropsychology. Um, so you guys are more than welcome to be there.
Wow.
I just suggest that it's this Wednesday at 4 p.m.
Yeah,
Pacific Standard.
drop the link.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me the link. I'll drop it in the description. Is that Resonance? I got that right
Yes,
over
that's
here.
that's that's my doctor, Dr. Rosner. Yep.
Boom. It's on the shelf.
Yeah, yeah. So she'll be there
So
Wednesday, and I just want to extend it to our community that it's there's no catch. I'm not trying to
no,
sell
no,
anything.
take advantage of it, guys.
Yeah,
Seriously, I did it myself. I went in there and man, like, there's a lot you can, I know it's only a couple minutes, right? It's only an hour of your time, but I'm telling you that hour, it makes you think about your body, your mind, and kind of what you're doing autopilot wise
yes,
a lot. It makes you really like, how am I operating and how is that affecting my health as well?
yeah,
I know we're
yeah,
getting into other stuff and I don't want to go too deep, but man, you
yeah.
got a quote for us to close us out?
I do. I just put it on my Insta story. I'm trying to prime everybody up on identity so I can keep helping people. And the biggest thing is it says, if you wouldn't trust them with your life, why would you trust them with your identity? So I want that to sink in for you guys. If you have questions, reach out to me and I'll teach you what that means. Long short is, don't let other people define you if you wouldn't trust them with your life. So why do we take on, in simplistic terms, why do we take on other people's belief systems about our identity,
Yeah.
right? So let that sink in a little
Let
bit.
that sink in, boys. Till next one. Paint Your Path podcast.
All right, guys, peace.